Meti had, no, not Meti, Meti had organized this off-the-record briefing with journalists on the new rules. They were supposed to be clarificatory in nature. Nikhil was there. He went early in the afternoon and the journalists were supposed to come later in the evening. And the beat journalists landed up on time because the meeting was preponed. But somehow, and I don't know, I have to credit the secretary for that at least, he met with us, met with three of us who landed up on time, the original time that was originally given out, and had a separate briefing with us. Having said that, I'm also court journalist, so in court what happens is, when you have these constitutional matters, everyone says a lot of things. So while I'm endorsing everything everyone said over here, I'd just like to focus on how these rules are going to be problematic for freelance journalists for various reasons, primarily being freelancers don't have institutional backing. They're not part of an organization. They're silos. They work alone. They're their own editors, their own proofreaders, their own researchers, their own photographers. Everything is done by them. In between all of that, if you give them the added compliance of following with these rules of mandatory deepfake labeling, as they call it, synthetically generated information, deepfakes essentially, then you have them keeping material also for 180 days. I think that's also another thing. So there's essentially a lot of compliances which become a financial burden for a journalist. Apart from it being a financial burden, it's also a lot of extra work which I don't think they have the time for. And if they miss out even on a tiny full stop or crossing that one T, they're going to be penalized for it. So it's unduly harsh, it's unduly restrictive. Apart from that, I also feel that these laws or these proposed laws rather, when they kick in, now again, as I mentioned, a freelancer is a silo. When they kick in, there is really no support. So if a freelance journalist finds himself or herself or themselves in trouble, they don't know whom to reach out to. So legal is going to be an issue, compliance is an issue. Amidst all of this, while they're working on all of this, they're missing out on the stories they could potentially be doing, because again, we get paid every story, we get paid every project. We don't have a monthly salary coming in. So if I'm losing out on that one day of work, I'm losing out on that one day of revenue that I could potentially earn. If you're going to restrict monetization of my YouTube account or my podcast account or whatever it is that I do, again, you are essentially chokeholding me. Then by taking down tweets that appear to be problematic to the government, the government is essentially shooting first and then asking questions to a dead body. You're not going to get any answer. And all of this, the only person losing out is a freelancer. I had also drafted a statement which I did run through NWMI, in which they seem to like. I've given it to Sangeeta, so as a whole she can adopt it or she can take parts of it or whole of it. It's up to her. I just literally wanted to focus on how it impacts freelancers, because we're a growing tribe now. There's a lot of us, there are a lot of small businesses, there are a lot of small websites, YouTube channels, podcasts, social media content creators. If you take Faye, for example, she doesn't have anything but an Instagram page on which she does news. Even if she's curating news, she's doing news. So there are a lot of these in-betweens and all-betweens who will be severely impacted, and freelancers as a group are not someone whom you can ignore now. A lot of the media organizations here, including those that belong to DigiPub or even mainstream organizations, also in some way rely on freelancers for stories. So it's just all of us are intrinsically connected, and all of us need to get together on this. Thank you.